We are being constantly hacked, and most people don't know how or by who. I'm not talking about technology, certainly not talking conspiracy, just simple reality. So let me describe how the hack works. Say something unexpected happens. It isn't very pleasant. A roof leak, a pipe bursts, a flat tire. Then something more significant happens. A loss of a job, a loved one's health fails, or a personal injury. And then something even more painful happens. A house fire, a sudden death, a natural disaster. The smaller things, they create annoyance. And the question is, why do these things have to happen? Things that create more stress and anxiousness happen, and the question that gets inserted is, how did God allow this to happen? But after a while, things pile up or they seem to get insurmountable. Bitterness and anger and fear begin to set in. And before you know it, the question comes, why should I have to put up with this? Why am I serving God anyways, if He allows this to happen? Why don't I just forget about God and manage things on my own? And before you know it, you've closed the door of your heart to God, and you've walked away. Maybe not physically, but you've walked away. So what is the hack and how does it work? Well, you don't just wake up one morning and say, I'm going to reject God. Instead, you come into this gradually, without even thinking about it. You just begin to manage your own grief, your own anger, your own need. You begin to try to avoid the pain of circumstances your own way, seeking your own comfort. You set your heart and desires on earthly things. You're going to find your own significance. You're going to create your own identity. You never really ask if it's working. You just keep pursuing. Slowly, independence sets in and it turns into indifference towards God. And then indifference turns into a hardness towards God, and the hardness turns towards disobedience and rebellion against God. Instead of managing your pain, you've allowed your lusts and desires to actually turn your heart away from God, and then they begin to master you. You've been hacked. Now, this may feel like heavy teaching. Well, it's because the consequences are weighty. So this is a serious warning, not a cheerful morning devotional. It's the kind of thing that people think about just before they make a decision that saves them from disaster. It's the kind of thing people warn you about when they really love you. So I want you to think about it. This is exactly the pattern that happened to Israel in the wilderness. It's what kept that first generation that came out of Egypt from going into the promised land. This is what has shipwrecked souls for every generation since then. And the whole point of my teaching on Hebrews is to teach in such a way that it will impact you with the wisdom and strength that you need to make it to the end. And so I'm asking you, please keep joining me, and I will do my best to equip you.